Good morning, dear students. How are you all? Hope you all safe and healthy at home. Myself Anuradha, your English facilitator. Welcome to Mahila Samaja digital classes. Class, third standard, subject, English, topic, red sloppity lips. Dear children, today's class, let us learn about the lesson Red Sloppity Lips. Red Sloppity Lips is a story of a little boy whose name is Victor. Dear children, let us know about some new words with their meanings which are related to the lesson Red Sloppity Lips. Abandoned, left and no longer wanted, used or needed. Abandoned, left and no longer wanted, used or needed. Dingy, dark and dirty. Dingy, dark and dirty. Fangs, two long sharp teeth at the front of the mouth of some animals such as a snake or dog. Fangs, two long sharp teeth at the front of the mouth of some animals such as a snake or dog. Gangly, tall, thin and awkward in movements. Gangly, tall, thin and awkward in movements. Panicked, suddenly felt frightened so that he could not think clearly. Panicked, suddenly felt frightened so that he could not think clearly. Porch, a small area at the entrance to a building, covered by a roof and often as walls. Porch, a small area at the entrance to a building, covered by a roof and often as walls. Sloppity, loose and rather shapeless. Slang for sloppy. Sloppity, loose and rather shapeless. Slang or sloppy. Dear children, now I'll read the first paragraph of the lesson. Red sloppity lips. Observe and listen. Victor, a young boy, was riding his bike along an old road and lost his way. He stopped and looked around to find his way back. How he wished he had brought a friend along. Just then it began to rain. He pulled his jacket up over his head to help keep the rain away. But it continued to rain heavily and he became wet. His body became numb in the cold rain. Then it began to thunder, so he knew that he must find shelter quickly. He saw a dingy, big red house and ran onto the porch. The wind began to howl and blew so hard that it drove the rain onto the porch, soaking Victor even more. The wind had blown open the house door, so he went inside to get out of the rain. The house was very large, and though it was abandoned, dirty, and full of cobwebs, it kept Victor dry. A big gust of wind blew in the door and then back out again, slamming the door shut. Victor tried to open the door, but the rain had caused the door to swell and he could not open it. Just then, he heard a voice call out, "Do you know what I do with my red sloppity lips and my long green fingers?" Next to the door was a large green hairy monster with huge red lips, pointed fangs and gangly legs and arms with very long green fingernails. Victor panicked and ran down the hall. The monster followed. Dear children, now I'll explain the first paragraph of the lesson. Red Sloppity Lips. Red Sloppity's Lips lesson is a small story and which is related to a young boy or small boy whose name is Victor. A small boy Victor one day was riding his bike along an old road and suddenly he lost his way. So he stopped his bicycle and looked around to find his way back. Just then, rain was started. So Victor pulled his jacket and covered the jacket on his head to protect himself from the rain. But the rain continued heavily. Victor became wet and numb. Numb means senseless or unfeeling. Because of heavy rain, here Victor's body became wet and numb. Again, suddenly thunder started. Thunder means a loud noise heard after a lightning. Thunder means a loud noise heard after a lightning. So here suddenly thunder started. So Victor thought that he must find shelter quickly to protect himself from rain and thunder and lightning. Victor started searching shelter to protect himself from rain, thunder and lightning. Suddenly, Victor saw a dingy big red house. Here, dingy means dark and dirty. Dingy means dark and dirty. Victor saw a dingy big red house and ran onto the porch. Porch means a small area at the entrance to a building covered by a roof and often has walls. Porch means a small area at the entrance to a building covered by a roof and often has walls. So Victor suddenly ran onto the porch. That means entrance to a building. He went and stayed near the red house building. So suddenly the wind blew very strongly. Because of this strong wind, Victor and Porch also soaking. So the wind had blown open the house door. So he went inside to protect himself from the rain. Because of strong wind, the house door was opened. So Victor went inside and he observed the house was very large, and though it was abandoned. Abandoned means left and no longer wanted, used or needed. Victor went inside the house and observed the house was very large, and though it was abandoned, that means that house was not used from past many years. So the house became very dirty and full of cobwebs or spider webs. Suddenly, again, a big gust of wind blew in the door and then back out again. Gust means a sudden strong rush of wind. Gust means sudden strong rush of wind or wind blows strongly. A big gust of wind blew in the door and then back out again, slamming the door shut. Slamming means an insulting or critical attack. Slamming means an insulting or critical attack. Suddenly, a wind blows very strongly. The door opened and then back out again. Slamming the door shut, Victor tried to open the door. Victor tried to open the door, but the rain had caused the door to swell. Swell means expand. Because of rain, the door became expand or swell. So here Victor tried to open the door. Because of the rain, the door became swell. So he could not open it. Just then, Victor heard a voice call out. That is, "Do you know what I do with my red sloppity lips and my long green fingers?" Suddenly, Victor heard a voice that is, "Do you know what I do with my red sloppity lips and my long green fingers?" And suddenly, Victor saw near the door a large green hairy monster with huge red lips, pointed fangs, and gangly legs and arms with very long green fingernails. Monster means a large and ugly imaginary creature. Monster means a large and ugly imaginary creature. Fangs means two long sharp teeth at the front of the mouth of some animals. Gangly means tall, thin and awkward in movements. Gangly means tall, thin and awkward in movements. Victor saw a green hairy monster with huge red lips, pointed fangs, sharp teeth and gangly, tall and thin with awkward movements by his legs and arms, and it also very long green finger nails. This said to the victor, that means this monster. Monster means a large, ugly, imaginary creature. This monster said to Victor, "Do you know what I do with my red sloppity lips and my long green fingers?" Sloppity means loose and rather shapeless. Shapeless or loose and rather. Sloppity means loose and rather or shapeless or unsystematic. By saying this, large green hairy monster with red lips, pointed fangs and gangly legs and arms, Victor became panicked. Panicked means suddenly felt frightened, or Victor suddenly got afraid and ran down to the hall. The monster followed the victor. Dear children, hope you all understand the first paragraph of the lesson, Red Sloppity Lips. The second part or second paragraph of the lesson we will be continued in the next online class. Dear children, today's your home assignment. Read the first paragraph of the lesson, Red Sloppity Lips. And also read and write these meanings 2 times which are related to the lesson Red Sloppity Lips. Thank you dear children. Stay home, stay safe.